Ja, Elis, erste Frage vielleicht, wie gut hat die Pause getan und wie erholt fühlst du dich nach den doch langen Eishockey-Wochen und diese Saison jetzt mal fast 2 Wochen frei?
Ja, war schon gut für die ganze Mannschaft. 4 Tage frei und jetzt intensiv trainiert. Ich denke, das war schon gut für uns. Also wir hatten jetzt nicht so viel Zeit zum Trainieren in der Saison und ich glaube, das war jetzt gut für uns.
Würdest du sagen, war es eher die körperliche Belastung oder eher die mentale Belastung so vor der Pause, die größeres Gewicht hatte?
Ja, ich glaube beides. Also ich glaube mental ist es dann am Ende auch gekommen, aber ich glaube, das Mentale, es war gut, dass wir ein bisschen weg von Eishockey gekommen sind und es war schon gut.
Wie frisch wirkt die Mannschaft auf dich jetzt in den Trainingstagen nach der Pause, nach der Zeit, wo man die Köpfe frei bekommen hat?
Ja gut, wir haben Spaß gehabt im Training, intensives Training, ziemlich lang am Eis und ich glaube, wir sind ready to go.
Wenn wir vom Training sprechen, müssen wir natürlich kurz über den Trainerwechsel sprechen. Wie sehr warst du überrascht von der Maßnahme?
Ich muss schon sagen, war schon ein bisschen überrascht, aber ja, ich glaube, das ist wieder eine neue Erfahrung für jeden und ich glaube, wir müssen das einfach positiv nehmen und die guten Sachen mitnehmen.
Wie waren die ersten Trainingstage jetzt unter dem neuen Coach? Was wurde vielleicht anders gemacht oder wie würdest du das beschreiben?
Ich glaube viel so Zweikampf, 1 gegen 1, 2 gegen 2, einfach nur Scheiben zum Tor, ganz einfaches Spiel. Wie gesagt, hart arbeiten und ziemlich gleiche Taktik, aber nur mehr hungrig spielen.
Jetzt geht's morgen zu Hause gegen Köln. Vielleicht ein paar Worte von dir zum Gegner morgen. Was erwartest du von dem Spiel?
Auf jeden Fall eine taktische Mannschaft. Wir wissen, wir haben einen finnischen Trainer und der wird taktisch spielen und wir wollen mit hartem Tempo reinkommen und intensiv Druck geben und Scheiben zum Tor haben, ganz einfach spielen.
Kennst du den Karriere dann irgendwie oder ist es irgendwie so generell bei finnischen Trainern so zu erwarten?
Ja, generell schon. Also ich kenne ihn jetzt selber nicht, aber es ist schon ein großer Name in Finnland und da muss man schon Respekt davor haben.
Am Sonntag geht es dann nach Berlin, auch eine Top-Mannschaft. Worauf wird es am Sonntag ankommen, dass man vielleicht zum ersten Mal in der Saison gegen die Eisbären gewinnen kann?
Ja, natürlich muss man uns zuerst auf das morgige Spiel vorbereiten. Sonntag kommt dann wieder schnell, aber ich glaube, wir müssen morgen auf das konzentrieren und dann schauen, was wir verbessern können für Sonntag.
Lass uns kurz noch über dich sprechen, deine erste Saison hier bisher. Wie zufrieden bist du persönlich mit dem Saisonverlauf?
Ja, ich finde, das waren gute Erfahrungen. Am Anfang vielleicht nicht so, aber es ist natürlich immer was Neues, wenn du irgendwo so anfängst. Aber jetzt, ich finde, die letzten 30 oder nach Spengler die Spiele waren eigentlich persönlich ganz gut. Also bin eigentlich ganz zufrieden, aber natürlich kann ich mich noch verbessern. Und jetzt fangen die wichtigen Spiele erst an, also muss man bereit sein.
War auch ein Punkt sozusagen, der dir da geholfen hat bei dem Entwicklungsschritt, dass irgendwann deine Sturmreihe relativ konstant war, sodass er ein bisschen die Chemie gefunden hat?
Ja, ich denke schon. Also wenn du viele Spiele dann zusammenspielst mit Scotty und Fleischi, das hat natürlich schon viel gebracht, dass du halt mit die gleichen Leute spielst und ja.
Du hast zuletzt immer wieder im Powerplay von eben der linken Position ausgespielt, auch das eine oder andere Tor geschossen. Ist das was, wo du sagst, Powerplay, das nochmal so einen extra Push gibt für den Spieler selber, wenn man da eine Chance hat eben?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Also wenn du die Mannschaft helfen kannst, Tor zu schießen oder ein gutes Play zu machen, natürlich gibt es dir Selbstvertrauen. Also ich glaube, natürlich gibt es einen Push.
Yeah, Coach. You returned to Germany for you here in Straubing. First of all, can you give us a little insight how this move went down? When were you contacted by the club, and what contributed to your decision to come here?
Yeah, well, I think everything kind of came together rather quickly last week, and it was kind of out of the blue. But when the opportunity was presented, I felt like this was a team that had a lot of potential, a lot of good character here, a lot of talent, and I thought it was an opportunity for me to come in and have an opportunity to, you know, help this group move forward. And so it was exciting for me, and I decided to take the opportunity.
Obviously, you have a long history with German hockey as a coach as well as a player.
Yeah.
Did that level of familiarity with German hockey, did that kind of play a role in your decision? And was that something which had been in the back of your mind for the past years to maybe come back here one day?
Yeah, for sure. I've had nothing but really good experience, positive experiences here in the country. Had very good times, in particular in this area. So I'm quite familiar with this area and like it. And you know, when I left 10 years ago, I've been telling everybody how good the DEL had become 10 years ago, and was a big proponent for telling everybody around the world that this is a very good league. The Germans are creating a lot of very good, talented young hockey players, and I know that the league has only gotten stronger since that time. So I'm excited to come back. I'm excited to be a part of that push to continue to grow the game here and to grow players here, and to be a part of a very challenging league.
Talking about the level of play in the DEL, from your experience, I mean, of course it's been 10 years as you mentioned, but still, can you kind of talk about what distincts it from the other European leagues you've worked in?
Well, I think the mix of the development of the German players has continued to accelerate and get better. So there's more young, talented players, I think, throughout all the teams. And then when you mesh that with the level of import players in the league and the diversity, so that coming from multiple different types of countries, you have a lot of styles, you have a lot of, I would say a lot of ingredients to make like a very competitive league. And yeah, so I think that's only grown, like I said, in the past 10 years, and I think that it's the game's played hard here too, and I really like that about the league. It's you know, to be successful you have to commit to playing hard, and as evidenced by the teams that have success. And so I look forward to being back in that environment as well.
Before you made the decision to come here, did you also have a little chat maybe with your brother Todd to get kind of an idea about the current state, so to speak, of German hockey, even though he's in a different league?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you know, you always, if you're involved in the sport at high levels, you're always staying involved, whether you're in it or not. And so for sure, I mean, communicate with him, but I'm always, you know, keeping an eye on the league, keeping an eye on the trends in the league, the different styles of play from each particular team. And so I try to stay current. I think that's a big word as a coach. You have to stay current if you want to stay on the edge and to be able to continue to be relevant for your players. And so that's what I've tried to do over the last year.
Now, coming here, generally speaking, what's been your first impression of the current state of the team, so to speak, after the last few weeks haven't gone so well?
Yeah, well, I think the break coming was good for the team. I think you know, as everybody knows, the team has played a lot of hockey over the last 6 weeks prior to the break. So the rest, I think, was really helpful for the players and give everybody a chance to kind of calm down and decompress a little bit. And then with the change comes a little bit of new energy. So I'm hopeful that that's gonna, you know, be a positive impact on this group. But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, coming in, it's a matter of, you can't make too many changes, you know, because you want to make sure that, you know, guys are comfortable and not having to think too much. So I've kind of spoken with Rob Leask and got an idea of their style of play, and we've looked to make a couple of little adjustments here for the team to provide something different for other teams to worry about. And I think we've had a good week of training. So ultimately, like I've said to the players, we want to go into this week and put in the work so that we can get our swagger back, our confidence back. And I feel like you earn your confidence by doing the work. And I can say that the team put in a lot of very, very good work this past week. And I think hopefully that will create the confidence, and we're going to have to come out tomorrow and show it.
You mentioned that, of course, the tough schedule is one aspect, and also that the confidence needs to go back. Did you kind of also get some little details or observe some little details system-wise, which maybe you want to change, which maybe contributed to the last few weeks not going so well?
Yeah, I think, one of the things that, the first thing that I set out to do when I got here was to meet with all the players. So in meeting with all the players, I had an opportunity to introduce myself, for them to introduce themselves to me, and for them, for us to discuss, some of their thoughts regarding the team, and things that we could look to change or improve on, and things that were good. So kind of building relationships, right? And one of the things that I'd say was a consistent theme was that when things weren't going good inside of a game, there was a tendency for the guys to build up some anxiety, and then to try and really fix it, to try and really correct the situation inside the game. If they went down a goal, then there was this immense pressure to try and get it back right away. And in doing so, the team would start to take chances. They would start to deviate a little bit from their structure, and would maybe open themselves up for opportunities for the opponent to maybe take advantage of. And so I believe good teams, they have confidence in their structure, they have confidence in themselves. Not always in sports do things go your way, but when they don't go your way, you don't stray from your game or your structure or your identity of who you are. You dig in. You believe in yourself. You believe in your teammates. You believe in what you do. And you know that if you do what you do well, you have a good chance to win a hockey game. And so what I've asked the guys to do, or what we're going to look to try and do, is to try and fix that. We don't want to hurt ourselves in a hockey game. If something doesn't go our way, we need to relax and to dig in, not to stray, and to do things that are outside of what we normally do. Then your teammates don't know where you are, you're not in the right place, you pinch down and provided an opportunity for them to have an odd man rush, whatever the situation, but we want to fix that. We want to play our game for 60 minutes, and so that's the goal.
How challenging is it as a coach to come to a new team during the season, having to get to know the team and everything, and on the other hand, being in a situation in the standings where you basically have to get back on track right away?
Yeah, well, I would say it's not easy, right? But it's a challenge, and it's one that I took, and I'm embracing it. Pressure is a privilege, right? Like you've heard that before. That's kind of a bit of a cliche, but yeah, we're the team. The team has a stretch of 10 games here that are important, and we need to take these games one game at a time. We don't need to listen to all the outside noise and the pressure that people want to put on the team. We have pressure on ourselves inside of our team, and that's enough. We need to just do what we need to do our jobs, do it well. And I'm confident that if we can do that, this team has enough character, they have enough skill for us to find our way and to play good hockey here the rest of the way. And that's all we can do. And so it's a challenge for me, but it's a challenge for the players. And we just have to come together and have each other's backs and play the way I know that I believe that this team is capable of playing. And as we go, we'll make adjustments and we'll react the right way. We won't get too down, we won't get too high. We're just gonna try and stay even keel and play the way that I know that we can.
Now, obviously, the last 7.5 years, the team here has had a pretty consistent identity in certain regards, with a certain level of aggressiveness in the style of play and a focus on being good in transition. Is that, as you mentioned, you're not trying to make too many changes, so is that the kind of identity you want to see as well, with just minor tweaks?
Yeah, I would agree with you 100%. I think the team's done, they've played to a very good level over the last, let's say, 6.5, 7 years. And so we want to build on that. We want to strip them of their identity. That's part of the DNA of the team, right? It's that aggressiveness, it's that quick transition thinking. And so I want to bring fresh ideas to that and kind of build off that. And yeah, just make small little tweaks as needed. But yeah, keeping the DNA and the identity in place.
In that sense, how important is it for you to have Rob Leask here and remain as the assistant? And was that something also when you had the talks about coming here, which was kind of something which was important to you?
Yeah, well, I've known, like, it's interesting, but Rob and I grew up like 5 minutes from each other in Toronto. In a big city, that's kind of ironic, so like it's pretty interesting. We played against each other for a long time. We have mutual friends, and everything that I've heard about Rob, he's a true professional. He's very loyal. He's very prepared as a coach. He knows the league very well. He knows the tendencies of the players. So for me to have him here and stay has been beneficial for me. And of course, he's somebody that I have to lean into to help myself, help the team the best that I can. And so I'm thankful that he's here, and look forward to working with him. And yeah, it's kind of ironic that, like, after all these years of us being in hockey, we have a chance to work together, and it's nice.
Did you actually also talk to Tom to get an idea about the players and everything?
I did actually. I spoke with Tom maybe a day or two after I arrived, and I've met Tom in the past. I have a lot of respect for him as a person and as a coach, and I congratulated him on his run here, which has been successful, as everybody knows, and told him he should be very proud of himself. And then from there we spoke about the team a little bit, and yeah, it was helpful for me, and appreciated him giving me his thoughts, and yeah, it's been good.
Now, since you've talked about it, not turning every stone, does it also is that also true as far as defense pairings and forward lines are concerned? Meaning, will you try to focus more on the lines and pairings which have been established, or will you try to mix things up there a little bit, just to give everybody kind of a fresh start?
Yeah, well, I think everybody does have a fresh start, and everybody, we've talked about it. You're going to earn your ice time. You're going to earn your role inside the team, and because of the reality that the team's in, we don't have a lot of time to waste for guys to get back up to speed. We need guys to come tomorrow with a high level of urgency to their game, recognizing the importance of these next 10 games. So what you could expect is, if I'm not afraid to change things up on the fly. I'm not going to wait around for people to get up to speed. And if guys are going, they're going to find themselves playing a lot. And my expectation for the team and the players is that they're ready tomorrow. We put in the work, we are ready. And it's up to us now to go out and execute. So the lines, like, I'm not sure if they're going to be the exact same or different. They're probably going to be different a little bit, but we'll see how everything goes. You know, nothing's set in stone, and I think you have to be fluid, and you have to be like water, ready to roll over anything, ready to be redirect, ready to go up or go under, whatever it is. We have to kind of be like that as a team here.
Now, obviously, Jason.
That's a UFC analogy, by the way, from some of my favorite fighters.
I don't know anything about UFC, sorry. So I didn't get it.
That's okay. Yeah, that's why I kind of said
it. So Jason Lippman obviously is still suspended. Is there any other question marks for tomorrow injury-wise?
Dashner, he's not going to be available for us tomorrow. He has a lower body injury that I think needs a little bit of time for him. So I don't think he'll be available to us this weekend. And I think that's it.
You have quite a long road trip from Saturday to Wednesday coming up. You think it's positive for you to know the team much more perhaps on the road with 4 days with the team? Is it something very positive for you?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, look, you got to take the positives out of everything, right? And so you're looking at these long road trips. It's going to give me a chance to, further communicate with the guys in a closed area, to see them on the road. I even think like maybe there's opportunities for us as a team to get together and, have fun. I mean, that's one other thing that I didn't say earlier, but when you have opportunities to get on the road, you can go out for a team dinner and have fun together. I think that's really important. All the teams that I've been on that have had success, the players always have fun together. And we need to make sure that that's in play here over the next 10 games. There's going to be a lot of pressure from the outside, which is fine, but we need to make sure that we're still enjoying what we do and enjoying the opportunities that are in front of us. So yeah, a good question.
You talked at the beginning. You talked about the potential of the team. What potential you mean specific, or what potential you see specific in this team?
Well, I think like you look at the DNA of the team. They've had success over the last couple of years, right? So guys know how to win. They've gotten to a decent level in the playoffs, so that they understand the battle and they understand the hardness that goes into getting to those stages of the season. And so we have to rely on that this year. So when I say potential, I think that's inside the room. There's enough guys still here that understand winning. So we need to lean on that, and there's been some new players brought in that have skill, and so we need to incorporate that into what the core of the team represents. So I feel like there's potential there.